This video is on how to replace the screen fabric on your window screen or screen door. It's a lot cheaper than buying a new window screen. You just need to get some screen, a roll of screen from the hardware store. I got a cheap one. And just need to make sure it's the right size. This one's 36 inches, so that it fits your windows. So you gotta measure your windows. And then one tool you'll need is this will be near the screen section. One of these things. This is for putting the rubbers back into place. And you should have a box cutter. Alright, a knife. Alright, the first thing I need to do is, and it'll help to have like a screwdriver, maybe a flathead, or so you can just get into things. Now we need to get the rubber out so we can take the screen out, the black rubber. So we need to find out where it begins and ends. Usually it's around a corner, and I found it right here. So we just need to pull this out all the way. Let's see. There we go. So, pull this sucker out. There we go. And just pull out all the way from around the screen, and try to keep it all in one piece. Sometimes as you take it out, it's pretty easy, but the corner is a little bit tougher. Oh, this one's pretty easy. Yeah, just pull out. Alright, so I pulled the last of the rubber all the way out, and the final step is just to pull out the screen, and you'll see it all come out pretty easy. And this you'll just throw away. You don't need it anymore unless you're gonna repurpose it for something else. Take a look at the cut though. You'll notice that the screen is cut pretty tiny in here, so I don't know how the pros will do it, but this will be good to remember for later when you're cutting the screen. You'll try to just cut it within here. And we'll give you an idea what to do next. So, alright, let's just pull this out. And then garbage. Also to take note is these things. See where they're putting. Well, because I've got some that fell out of this window here, so I don't know how to put them back on exactly. But I will know by looking in here. Basically, I guess they just snap into here. So that'll be pretty easy to recreate later. Just snap them into here. Alright, so that's what I'll do for this window. Alright, next step is roll some of this out. Open this up. Alright, I'm taking my roll out. Taking my roll out. Roll it out like this. Just evenly put the screen on, and I weighted it down by rocks in the corners so it holds into place. And then you just put the rubber back on. The rubber, it's a little bit gonna be a different size when it'll have stretched out a little bit. So just get a piece of the rubber. You start from the corner. You shove it back in on the corner with like your screwdriver, like this. And then when you're done, you'll cut this whole thing. But just shove it down here, and then try to be careful not to tear the screen. And then for the rest of this, you'll use this tool. There's an edge with a wedge here. See that? The concave. So you'll just squeeze and slowly roll down the rest of the rubber. as you're going along. Alright? So I went all the way around with the rubber, and it kind of expanded a little bit, stretched out a little bit, so I've got an extra piece now. I don't need it anymore, so I'm just going to cut it out. I'll just cut out this extra piece with my knife. And then I'm going to just cut the screen out by the lines. So I've cut out the excess piece, and the rest I'm just going to shove in here with my screwdriver. Alright, now for the final step, just got to cut the excess screen all the way around here, and just try not to mess up and just start cutting away. If you do this all the way down, it'll cut. Yeah, so you're making a cut and it's in here. Just as you're going, be careful if there's any loose screen on this side. Careful not to accidentally cut it with your razor. So I did that once before. So just be careful just to cut on this side and not this side, or you just mess up the whole thing. You gotta do it over. So cut all the way around. So I just finished cutting all around the screen with the razor, and now you can just lift up the excess screen, and here is the finished screen. There you go. It looks good as new. So it probably took me about 15 minutes to do each window. I got a little bit faster with each one I did. I probably cut it down to 10 minutes. So 4 windows took about an hour. And I did this screen door too. So there you go. I saved a lot of money. If you got any holes, don't buy a new screen door, just buy a new screen.